All right, hello class. So I'm going to be doing these weekly updates where I will respond to any emails or feedback or collect if collectively as a class I notice that there's a particular topic, lots of questions on. It's feedback for me. It tells me maybe I need to add some more videos or add some more content to the books. And I'll talk about homeworks and shout outs to parts that I really liked. So I will go through your homeworks every week and respond. And I want to say thank you if you put comments in there. A couple of you had, hey, grade these 3 out of the 6. I went ahead and did all 6. Thank you, Madeline and Gavin, I think went through and did all of them. That's a great idea to do in general. Yes, please get carried away and get in, do as much in those books as you don't have to just do the minimal amount that's required for the homework. We'd love to see more. There's always a little fudge factor in every grading and how much people care. So that's where that goes into. Just a couple general logistical comments. You have to submit your work in a PDF. Otherwise, it kind of brings Oaks to its knees. And so Chloe will be sending reminders, and the beginning will be kind of just sort of warning you about that. But hopefully within a week or two, you got it down. There are plenty of tools that convert whatever format you have to PDF. Just Google it. You'll find something. Cam Scanner is a good tool. There were a few DocXs and a few JPEGs, so let's try to get them all PDF here soon. In general, you have to show your work for these problems. So you're trying to, some of these activities are matching. So we want to make sure that you understand that Chloe and I know that you got the material. You can't just put the letters, right? You got to show some of the work, some of your thought process. And let's see, so there were some really good folks this time that did that when they were doing their homework. I really liked Gavin and Calvin really made a document that described their thought process, either by hand notes or sometimes they typed in a Word document. Kyla and Noah did a great job. And I'm going to show you every week also. I'll put some of the ones I like most as an example in a section in Oaks. So let me just go ahead and share the screen on that. Okay, so in Oaks, we're going to go into your class. Here we are. Yeah, so every module has weeks, and so we're in a sample and example section. So every module in the samples and examples each week will be things from your class. So I dumped a bunch of ones that I really liked this time. And this is a way, if you were struggling on a particular activity, go in and find your classmates that did a beautiful job. So I dumped in some, but Asher, Calvin, Chris, Grace, Grant, James, Madeline, Sharika, and then again, that was the activity stuff. And then there's some calculations. So you'll see some of the same names: Calvin, Gavin, Kyla, Madeline, Noah, Phoebe, and Sharika. So go ahead and take a look at your classmates' work. You'll start over the semester finding maybe that you always liked the way Calursa did something, let's say, for example. And so you're always going in and looking for that person's work. It might be someone in your group, might be someone outside. In general, again, I encourage you, my philosophies are DIY and DIG. Do it yourself, so you're actually doing the math, right? So we're not just reading things and watching videos, we're doing them. And then DIG, like do these with a teammate, do them with a classmate. So there's several in this class. Oh, I loved your team videos, thank you. But there's several like physics, astrophysics majors. I'm sure the 4 or 5 of you that are taking this Calc 3 class already know each other. Maybe you're not in the same teams, fine. I'm happy for you to go over each other's houses, go to the library, and work on calculus together. You don't have to work on calculus with your prescribed team. You can work on calculus with anybody. It makes sense to work on with people that are in your class. Oh, thanks for the great comments on the journal. Several of you are already super excited, less anxious about this class because of that. I put a ton of work into those, and I appreciate any feedback. So anything you see throughout, if you're noticing typos or doesn't seem to match, let me know. That helps make it better for future semester students. And love the feedback in positive and neutral and negative. So just the more of that, the better these become. So thank you. All right, so again, this is a place you're going to look every week for the samples and examples, and I will bring some of the best ones that I liked. Let's see, I think I liked on the graphing. Okay, here was a common thing. I think you did pretty good on the activity ones of the graphing. But then when you're actually going from the R2 to the R3 and trying to graph what you see in 3-dimensional space on a 2-dimensional piece of paper, I think there's several people in class that still need work on that. And I would recommend looking at Kyla and Noah's. See if I can find their graph in Kyla. Here we go. Maybe this is the one. Okay, so here's a simple thing, like, and I think it was also Gavin and Calvin talked about their thought process, but like in this one, when I look at this right away, Z is the free variable. So I know because Z is up and down, this is going to be a surface that has a vertical component to it, right? So you see the oscillations sine x, which Kyla's drawn nicely here with these little dashes too in the background, right? So she's drawn a beautiful little sine x in the skewed xy plane here. And then you just make another copy of that above it at some other value of Z, completely replicate it. Now you have drawn what you see in front of you. Maybe you took a piece of paper and bent it to see the shape. Now compare that with Z equals sine x. I thought it was a good choice that she did these because it's easy to see the difference. Z equals sine x has no y is free. So it's got to run like the y-axis, and her picture shows that. In the z-x axis, she now has a nice little sine. She copied another one over here. And then we have the, almost like, what is those, like a loaf of bread tin, right? It kind of looks like part of that she decided to draw. So excellent there. We'll go back and maybe look at one more was Noah's. And again, Madeline and Gavin, maybe we should look at theirs too. And different people have chosen different ones. Oh, I chose Noah's because I liked his R2 picture, beautiful, and then he extended that, right? How he would extend it. Always an R2 picture, and then he extends that next, adds another axis in there and does the same work with the copying. Okay. One more, I think. Oh yeah, let's take a look at Madeline. And I'm only picking these calculation ones because that seemed to be the one that several of you struggled with, right? So she's got all of them there. Okay. All right, so again, that's a place that we will have every week. Oh, I also noticed that like some people are early birds, jump on their homework right away as soon as the module opens, and those are Aaron and Jake. So if you're the kind of person that like gets ahead and wants to start your work, those Aaron and Jake are there working already. It's nice to just shoot them an email and text, give them a call and say, hey, I've already worked on this activity. Can I just verbally discuss, check what I'm doing? I encourage that, right? There's some classes that want individual work, but I encourage this collaborative effort. Oh, thank you again for the folks that do type little comments in there. I read them all. So just know that someone's watching whatever you type. Someone is, we are attentive. Chloe and I are on this class. Okay. Oh, so let's just talk about the team intros. That was really fun just to tell you collectively about the class. Again, if we were in person, we'd get to see this. So I'm going to bring that back. All these groups that are separated right now, I'm going to be the one, the conduit that conveys that information each time. And so in this class, we have what a wide range of majors. We have several math and physics, so tons of double majors, astrophysics and physics. We have neuroscience, biochem, systems engineering, geosciences, meteorology. We have a lot of math, double majors, math and German. We have math and accounting, math and psychology was a neat one. Math and accounting. What else? Chemistry. Oh, and then a geology. Jennifer's thinking about adding geology. I don't think I've ever taught a geology student yet. We have a high school student, so awesome to have Asher in our class. We have ranging from sophomores, seniors, freshmen, and we've got plenty of people interested in travel. We got study abroad ambassador, people that go to the Caribbean, Russia. Someone has been to every state in the US. It's quite an accomplishment. Germany. We're mostly South Carolina folks, but there's people as far as Boston. And let's see, lots of folks that like the outdoors. People are interested in computing, motorsports, scuba. Grace survived a tornado. Great fact. Jennifer has taken 6 of the languages at the College of Charleston. Let's see. Here's one of my favorite facts. Isabella has a crooked pinky finger. And we've got animal lovers, so we got a puppy, Fifi, LK's puppy, and Asher's got a couple cats, Chewy and Ray. Okay, what else? Okay, collectively as the class, we had some cool team names too. The Nth Dimension, we got the Pioneers, the Plot Heads, Apostrophes, Pumpkin Pie, Integrators, and Undefined. And Team Undefined is planning to regularly meet once a week, either Zoom or in person, just to make sure everybody's keeping up. That's a great practice too. If there's a time that you know you all can make and it's a steady one, why not set it? And then you're ready for those challenge problems, ready for any of the activities, anything that comes up, and you just want to check in with your classmates. Again, you can always call or text one anytime. I just did the activity on page 47. I did this. What did you do? I think it makes sense to me, but let me hear your ideas. The more ways you can hear something, the better off you're going to be. All right, I try to keep these short and sweet and talk quickly, but as usual, Chloe and I are here to help, so just let us know how we can. Have fun with the next week's assignments, and if you're one of those people that do need to brush up on the graphing, please do take a look at your classmates' work. Go to Math Lab, email Chloe or I, or get up with your teammates. Again, the best way to do it is y'all are in this class together, motivated, working towards the same goal. Why not take advantage of that opportunity? All right, have fun, and we'll catch up next.